Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the Caffeinated Magician, and this is Roy. Can you pronounce your last name for me?
Um, Two names. My stage name is Roy Stone, Stone. My actual name is Roy Brownlow. Brown, Lowe.
Roy Brown? Yeah, so basically we're just social media friends, and I invited him to do an interview. He's a semi-professional magician. He's been on, I believe, what is it, like BGT, you said?
Britain's Got Talent.
Britain's Got Talent, as well as some other appearances. So go ahead and Roy, just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been doing magic, just anything you want to say for an introduction.
Okay. I'm not like most magicians. I haven't been doing magic since I was 5 or 6. I haven't. My introduction into magic really came, I suppose. I worked as an I don't know if you guys know what a red coat is, like your summer camps. I was an entertainer at a summer camp, if you like, what we call holiday camps in England. So I was introduced to magic sort of backstage because I was a stage manager, stroke DJ, stroke entertainer, and I saw magic from behind. And you'll know, if you see magic from behind, you tend to see sometimes how it works.
Right.
So I got an interest in magic that way. Appeared with a couple of famous names, Ken Dodd, Tommy Cooper, Paul Daniels, name a few that I've sort of worked backstage for. So that was my introduction to magic. But so for a lot of years, I played with cards. I didn't really perform. And then perhaps in the last 9 years, 10 years, I sort of got into more. My thirst for magic more came was I wanted to know how every trick worked rather than perform. At the beginning, I wanted to know how every trick works. So I bought a lot of magic downloads, I've got hundreds of, you will know, you can actually buy the performers doing the tricks and then showing how they're done. So I spent a lot of money learning magic, how magic works, how different angles and tricks work. And then since then I've moved on. I now do weddings and functions. Last year I did a lot of charity dues with a lot of famous people. So that's where I am at the moment. At the moment, obviously in England we're on lockdown, so no one's performing. But that's my introduction into magic.
Great. So how old were you when you got into it? Like, started actually performing, and then how old were you when you started doing it, like, semi-professionally?
I probably got into it when I was at the holiday camps, sort of, very, very, very basic, just odd trick for to impress people. So that would be well into my 20s. Then in my 20s, I'm now 59, getting on a bit, and so performing wise and more concentrated on performing, I would say I was in my 40s when I started doing that. So it's quite a late comer compared to some people. I was quite a late comer to magic.
Yeah, I actually have a friend where he didn't get into it until he was like, I think later 30s. So I've that there was actually him. His name's Ryan Loyal, Loyle. He's a YouTube channel and everything. Pretty good friend of mine. Met him through social media, and like he has the same story. He just I mean, it's slightly different, but he got into it later on, in life. But you're the second person that I've talked to personally that has the same kind of similar story. So, what was the first trick that you learned? Or that you actually, tried to learn to perform?
It's probably some self. My magic. The easier it is, the more happy I am. The less work I have to put in, the more performance I can put in. I'm quite witty. I'm good at one-liners. I'm funny. So I like to be able to concentrate. For tricks, I have got tricks that are hard to do. Sometimes you can find. I'm going to show you an example. You can take a trick that's so simple. For example, you probably know. Do you know card warp?
card called Card Vault?
Warp, W-A-R-P.
Card Warp. Yeah, I believe so. That's when you have the card and you fold it, and then it like
yeah, that's right.
folds over.
So Card Warp is very simple. I do Card Warp. I'm going to show it you. Let's get two contrasting cards, the red and the black.
Yeah.
See? Okay. Let me turn my background off. So Card Warp is two cards. Now I do it in front of the performer, and I say to the performer, I want you to take a card. These aren't the best of cards. These are very plasticky cards. And I want you to fold it. So I give them a card. I say you can fold it that way, face in. You can fold it face out. Okay. And then I give them a card. I show them what to do, and I give them a card. While they're doing that, I fold the other card. You've got to try and get your edges straight. Okay. These aren't very good cards. These are very, very plastic cards. Okay, so I fold the card the other way. Okay. They fold their card, say, for example, that way. Now that is Card War. One of the first tricks on, you put your card, so you put their card inside of your card. Okay. These are very bad cards. And then you say, right, what we're going to do, this is one of the first tricks over, we're going to turn the cards inside out. These are very badly folded. So they can see, put it that way, so can you see that? The back of their card, the front of that card. And basically, it's a Roy Walton trick. There's a card, also I'm going on the wrong camera. As the card slides in and out, it turns over. See? You can now place that card, okay? Now look, when I push it through, you see the back of the card. You get the trick, okay? So the card turns over inside the card.
Right.
And you can actually show them the card, but so that's one of the first tricks of Roy Walton. That's a very bad card trick. But
yeah, very nice. I learned. I saw that trick the first time I saw that trick, and I saw it like explained was on the Illusionist How to Do Street Magic DVD. Yeah. A friend of mine called, his name is Mike Palhagi. He actually used to do stage magic, and then he quit later on after like a little bit after high school. But when he was into magic, he had some the basic Illusionist DVDs, and some of the the magic's big secrets revealed, and he gave me let me borrow, and we watched a couple of those DVDs together. So that's where I learned that from. But I actually don't remember how it's done, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, I like magic that's simple. That is simple. I do the move, obviously. I do the move in front of them. In fact, I sort of make them do part of the move, but I do the move in front of them. So it's simple. I like magic that's simple. I think I do my tagline is, as you saw on the thing. Well, I don't know if you saw it, but my tagline is Roy Stone, the usual man who does unusual things. I don't call myself a magician. I very rarely call myself a magician. Only time I put magician is if someone don't quite understand what I am. But my tagline is, get me the card. Roy Stone, the usual man who does unusual things, because that explains what I am. I don't know if you're going to see that.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what I have on my business cards. That's one of my, well, they're actually playing cards. I have playing cards with not expensive, £5 to be made, playing cards with your business card on your back. So that's one thing. So I think spectators, they don't want something that's too complicated. Yes, it will impress them. A stage show impress them because it's complicated. But for walk around magic, which I mostly do, and I do some stage, I try and keep it as simple as possible. I do bar bets. I do puzzles, things like that. If I've got a spectator who's a little bit awkward, I say, right, open that box, and they have to open the box, solve the puzzle. When they get to the puzzle, it actually leads on to another puzzle. So if you've got a heckler, someone who thinks it's a bit of a smart ass, pardon my French, you give them something like that. You shut them up by giving them something to do. And that's what I like to do. I like my magic to be simple. I don't think, believe me, I've done tricks for people that's took me months to learn. They've been very complicated. I'm not a fancy card, you call them, manipulator.
Manipulator, yeah.
I don't do fancy shuffles. I don't do all the fancy shuffles they do. I haven't got time. I don't want to learn them. So I keep it plain and simple. And I've done tricks for people at weddings, example, that have been very complicated. Took a lot of learning. There has been moves, 2 or 3 moves you have to learn. And I've had them go, oh, yeah, very good. You're very good at manipulating cards, or very good. And to me, that's a bit of a blow. And then I go and I do a simple trick, like with 2 bands. And they're like, oh, my God, how did you do that?
Right. I think because I heard it put this way before. I don't know who said it or what originated the line. But they said something along the lines of, and no pun intended, but they said something along the lines of, if you can't explain the trick in 1 sentence, the trick is too long.
That's right.
Or too complicated, or something like that.
Yeah. You're one of my best tricks, and I still do it. I have my own take on it. I do it slightly different to everybody else. I suppose I do it slightly different. Is sponge bunnies.
Yeah.
People are still adults. At first, I thought it was just a kid's trick, and I did it for kids. But then I noticed that the adults were blown away by it. And and I do it for adults now. Sponge bunnies. I end it a little bit different. I end where they end up with something like that, which is some red beads.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the trick, you want to clean up. If obviously how sponge bunnies perform, you need to clean up a little bit. So
right.
You don't need to, but I like to. So I say, oh look, do you know what that is? And I say this to adults the same. They say, no. I say rabbit poo. You know what rabbit poo is, obviously. I say it's rabbit. And they say, oh. I say, oh no, and I say it's magic rabbit droppings. And all I'm doing, I'm incorporating a little bit of balloon modelling. And I say, look, if we squeeze the rabbit poo together, and then when I finished, I give them this. I say, you've been such a good assistant. I think if you give people something as well, see, and I make a little balloon dog. And it's a silly ending, but it's a good ending. At the end of the day, you want people to remember you, whether it's through, my business cards. I don't give business. My business cards are gold-plated cards.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, and on the back I have my sticker.
So you say that you don't, you like to call yourself the unusual man who does the unusual man that does unusual things?
The usual man, because I'm a normal man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unusual. I do unusual things.
So what I was gonna ask by that was, does that mean like when somebody says, "Oh, so are you like a magician?" Do you just kind of go along and be like, "Yeah, I do magic. I'm a magician," or do you correct?
If it's supposed to be, "Are you a magician?" I will say, "I'm just a man with a talent." I say, "Yeah, if you want to call me a magician, by all means, call me a magician. But I'm just a man with a talent. I'm just like you." Because sometimes I feel, and it's only my personal opinion, if you give yourself a label like magician, you may be putting yourself above people. People might think, some people you go and you'll know yourself, you say, "Oh, I'm a magician. No, I don't want to see no magic, mate." And I've had that a lot. People, I don't want to see no magic.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say magician, they know there's some tomfoolery, there's some trickery going to be going off. You're going to fool them in some way, shape or form. And some people don't like that. I had a woman the other week and I said to her, "Oh yeah, I do magic." And I don't normally say that. It's, "Oh, I hate magic." Why? It fools me and I can't figure it out. I don't like it. So, well, okay, let me, and I will show you in a minute. I have tricks where they do the magic. It happens in their hands. It doesn't happen in my hands. They perform it. So I make them the magician, if you like. And that tends to, it puts them on an equal standing, I think. It makes them feel equal to you rather than you're better than them, because they can do it.
Yeah, and I think, one of you bring up a good point about people being a little bit resistant to that word magician or magic, and going up to people and asking, hey, can I show you a trick? Instead, you can say something along the lines of, hey, can I show you something strange?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I say to people, another thing I say to people perhaps is, can I show you this? I can't figure it out. Maybe you can figure it out. This works. This blow my mind. Somebody showed me this, uh, and I do it and it works. Because if they do it, it don't work. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
So you sort of on an equal par. You're not trying to trick them. You're not. A lot of them think you're making them look a fool, especially in a group of people. In close up, in a group of people, some people will think that you're trying to make them look a fool. You're trying to outsmart them, and
Yeah.
you will always get them people. You will always get hecklers. You'll always get the guy. Oh, I know. It's always says to me, I know how that's done. I said, well, did I do it? Did I do it good then? I don't say, oh, well, how's it done? I say, oh, how did I perform it?
Yeah, usually what I say when somebody says, "Oh, I know how you did that," I say, "Okay, don't ruin it for everybody else."
Yeah, 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 yeah. Or I'll say something. Are you in the magic triangle then? Instead of the magic circle, I'll say, are you in the magic triangle? And then people say to me, "Are you in?" I'm not in the magic circle, but people say to me, "Are you in the magic circle?" I said, "I got thrown out. I'm in the magic triangle now."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that you're good at one-liners, like you were saying, which is great because it's nice to have a whole routine and presentation. But if you're good at one-liners like that, it gets you out of so many things and helps you too.
Yeah, yeah, mate. So don't turn people against you, but turn people on your side. I've had some bad hecklers, people have heckled me, and just be polite. If you go up and one person says, "Oh, we don't want to see no magic," then I would just say to the rest, if you all decide you want to see it, I'll be over there. Or,
Yeah.
or I would say to somebody else, "Well, how do you feel?" And if they say, "Oh, I'd like to see a trick," I would do the trick for them then. I say, oh, "That's what I do. If you want to see any more, just say yes, or I'll leave." And I have certain tricks. I told you I have tricks that work in the performer's hand, but then I
Yeah.
have tricks that can't be. We call it backtracking, don't we? Can't be backtracked. I'm going to show you one.
Oh, the usual man who does unusual things.
Yeah, so they can't back. I'll show you a trick as an example, if that's okay. Um,
Yeah.
I've got 5 cards here. They're just 5 random cards. They're not marked in any way. There's no markings or
Okay.
anything involved. Just because you would know that thing. So I'm just going to hold them up one at a time. All I want you to do is remember a card. Don't show me no signs. Don't tell me the card. Don't make any obvious, So I'm gonna. Can you see them?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's the first one. At the 5 cards, you just have to remember one. Okay. So
Okay.
you've remembered one. This is a genuine shuffle. I'm shuffling them up, so I don't know what order they're in, so I can't possibly know. Okay, where they are. I should have put it on the performance camera for this, but never mind. I'll try and keep my hands up. Okay, so they're well mixed up. Okay, they are well mixed up. You will know the division. That's just mixing. Okay, so now you've got a card in your mind which I possibly can't know. Okay,
Right.
so now I'm going to ask you to remember the position of the card. Again, don't tell me the position of the card. I will count them. You remember the number it's at. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So
Okay.
now you know a card and a position. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give the cards a cut, so I don't know what order they're in. Okay. So you know a card, you know a position. I'm going to turn the cards down now, so I can't really see the card. So what position was it?
5.
So we're going to put one top to bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to give them an extra mix. Okay. So there's no way I could know what your card is or where it was at any time. I'm going to turn the cards with the backs to you. Okay. I don't think you chose the 9 of diamonds. No?
No.
Okay. I don't think you chose the 7 of spades.
No.
Wasn't a lady. Wasn't the Queen of Hearts.
Nope.
So that leaves me 2 cards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Think of your card. I don't think it was that card. In fact, I think it was the 4 of spades.
Very nice. Nice.
So that is a trick, which, if I was to tell you how it works, is not that complicated. I genuinely don't know, I honestly don't know your card till the end. I generally don't.
Oh, really? Okay.
I generally don't know your card. They're not
But
marked.
I mean, I'm not gonna ruin what I think the method is. But yeah, it's nice and simple.
Yeah, we can discuss that. Okay. But it's a trick. You could then go into Magician's Choice, or I just did it a simple way to name your card. You can do it to Magician's Choice where they eliminate them and it ends up with their last card. That is a trick that I do. If I get a spectator who's, oh, I know how that works. I do that. That's one of the tricks I do because they can't backtrack it. They can't figure it out. They can check the cards. There's no marks. There genuinely is no marks on the cards. It's any deck. They can check the cards. They can check it all, and they can't even perform the trick and make it work because I do what I have to do in front of their eyes. There is a move, but I do it as part of the trick, so it doesn't look unnatural.
So I have a question for you. That usually, you said you do that card when you have like a heckler or something, or that trick when you have like a heckler or something. What is usually the first, like, let's say you're doing Street Magic or you're doing your opening trick for a group of people. What is the first trick you open by?
I don't script. I'm not a good memory. I've got a very bad memory, in fact. I don't remember. So I don't script. So I carry 300 tricks more than I will ever need. I'm very OCD. I carry more tricks than I've used. I used, if I say rough and smooth, I use that sort of principle. You will know what that is. I use rough and smooth a lot on a lot of tricks I do. I just carry, it depends. I carry loads of tricks, but this is my walk around wallet. In there I have, I think, 16 or 17 tricks, packet type tricks.
Nice.
Okay. So I could do an old show. I could do an old walk around with that. So for walk around, I carry that, but then I carry far too many props and merchandise. I keep my cards. I like to keep my cards nice. So I keep them in boxes like that. These are for collector's cards, gaming cards, things like that. You get 3 packets of cards in there. So I have several of them with different tricks in. And I just pick up whichever trick I fancy going and performing, really.
Do you have a favorite trick that gets like really crazy reactions?
Yes, this one. Normally, this would be done in a spectator's hand, so I'm going to have to use a cloth. But when I do it, it's done in their hands. It's all out in the open. But because we're on camera and one or two of the things, I'm going to have to do it undercover. But normally, it would be done in the I would get the spectators to just hold it like that, okay?
Okay.
Like that, okay? They would just hold it. So we've got a pink and a blue. You name a colour?
Blue.
So I've never done it this way before, so I'm going to put it on my wrist because I haven't got a spectator to hold it. So you see it on my pink there, hanging down, blue on my wrist. Can you see that? Would that be better on the other camera, do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, right. So what's on my wrist? What colour?
Blue one.
Okay, and it can't come off, okay? And the pink's hanging down. I don't know if I can do this. I was practicing off camera before. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it over, okay? So what colour was on my wrist?
Blue.
And what was hanging down? Now they've changed places. Now it's blue.
Okay.
On my wrist. We'll do it one more time. So pink on my wrist. Trying to get into the camera a bit.
Blue hanging down.
Yeah. I've only got a very small thing to look at, so I can't.
That's okay.
All I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it over. What colour was on my wrist?
Pink.
And blue hanging down. And now blue's on my wrist. And pink and this last bit I can actually decide. Okay. So I'm going to put pink and blue on my wrist. Okay, this time. Both of them. Name a colour, blue or pink?
Pink.
Pink. Okay. I'll take blue away off my wrist, and pink's left behind. Now that blows. Yeah, that blows people away. But it's such a simple trick. When I do it in performance, they hold it like that, and they close their thumb together. like that.
Mm.
Or
Mhm.
laughing. And that's a really simple trick. It's a very old trick, well over 100 years old. Obviously, they didn't have headbands then, but it works.
Yeah. No,
So
I like that a lot. I never. I
that's the
mean,
sort
you know,
of,
you kind of see promises of that where things change places, but that was pretty original to me. I mean, I've never seen anything
happens
that
before the
close
eyes.
to it before.
So I would go up to them, and I might even just use that, and I carry that on my wrist. I mean, I've got no ear, but I carry headbands on the wrist. So I would go up to someone and just say, "Can I just show you this? I can't figure this out." And I think, don't get me wrong, I've had a couple of people say, "Oh, I think it's blah blah blah." They've been close to the answer, and I just say, "Oh, is it?" I think when I do that second bit, which I added myself, it sort of blows them away again. So it
Yeah.
throws them off.
Very nice.
So
So I'm gonna ask just a kind of a rapid fire of questions,
yeah,
and just give me short answers because my battery is very low.
yeah.
So we'll kind of just wrap this up with some question and answer, and we'll do it that way. But I wish we could do a longer discussion. It's just that my camera's kind of my phone is running out of juice. If
Okay.
that's okay with you. So I'll just okay. So this is a fun one. Like asking this one. If you had to choose and you could only choose David Blaine or Chris Angel, which one do you like better as a magician?
Neither.
Okay, I'll take that as an
They're very good magicians, but they're not my type of magicians. David Blaine to me now is a illusionist, stroke. He does a lot, with his body and things like that. I've never really liked Chris Angel, and that's no disrespect to Chris Angel. It's just not my type of magic.
Yeah.
I'm more a Jay Sankey man.
Okay. All right. So we'll take that as an answer. Jay Sankey.
Yeah.
All right. And then what is your favorite style of magic?
Street magic, simple magic. I like something with the wow factor. That's it's too simple to be magic, if you like. So yeah, so I would say that close up magic. Although I do a bit stage, but I prefer close up.
Okay. So some personal questions outside of magic. What's your favorite type of music to listen to?
Jim Reeves, Johnny Cash. I'm an
Okay.
old.
So
I'm an old
oldies.
I was
What?
brought up on that as a child, so I like that. But remember, I'm an ex DJ. I DJ'd for 15 years in nightclubs, etc. So in the 90s, I was one of the most popular DJs around here. So I like all styles, really.
Mhm.
There's some I don't like. I don't like gangster rap and things like that, but
Right. I hear you. So okay. Next question. What is your caffeinated drink of choice?
I don't drink tea or coffee.
Okay.
I drink water, ginger beer, if you know what ginger beer is. That's about it, water or ginger beer. I don't like
Okay.
tea or coffee. I don't drink, or alcohol. I
You
don't.
don't drink anything with caffeine in it, like no soda, like Mountain Dew or something like
No, I
that.
don't drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah. So you're just trying to stay healthy. That's good. All
Yeah.
right. So okay, if you were to give one piece of advice to a beginning magician, or a magician that's looking to get into doing it professionally or semi-professionally, what would it be?
I would just say don't listen to others. Listen to your audience. Listen to who you're performing for. No disrespect to other magicians, but other magicians can be very bitchy. Don't listen to other magicians. Just go out there, do it, learn from your mistakes, because you will make. I make mistakes still. You will make mistakes. Find what you want to be. Find what you want. It's no different than being an actor, a singer. Find the style that you want, the style that suits you. Don't try and
Okay.
be somebody else. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Be
Very good. Excellent. Um. Okay. So, what would be your tips for somebody who like practicing tips? How what is your method of practicing to get better at a trick? And what you do?
To be honest, you're talking to the worst person in the world for practicing because I'm very lazy. So,
well, what do you do? That's maybe a better question. What do you particularly do when you practice?
What I sit at home. If I sit at home, I'm quite OCD. So if I multitask a lot. So if I'm doing something I'm not that interested, then I get a pack of cards out. I go over. One of my biggest tips for practicing would be buy either on your phone or buy a camcorder or whatever. Record yourself. Record yourself doing the trick to see where your mistakes are, and I make demo videos of tricks like the ones I've just learned. I make demo videos of them, and I keep them on my phone. So when I go out gigging, so I can remind myself how the trick works, I look at my phone, I watch the tutorial of me doing it, teaching myself it. So I make demos of it so that you know you've all got 10, 20 minutes before you start performing or whatever you're doing. Watch them videos, so just remind yourself, and definitely record yourself to see where you can improve.
Awesome, that's good advice. So if you can perform for one person in the entire world, who would you want to perform magic for? Or what's your first thing that comes to your mind?
I respect people like Wayne Dobson and some of the old time magicians. I wouldn't perform for another magician. You're not going to impress them. I wouldn't perform for family and people who know you really well, because you will always be you. You won't be that person. You will always be you. So I would I would like to perform for anybody who appreciated it. Okay. I don't have to be famous. As long as they said, well, do you know what? I've got a video on my promo stuff on my website. There's a guy on the video. It was two guys at a charity event, I think it was. I was doing walk around, and two. There's one with a guy lad off BGT, and he goes, "Oh my God, how did that happen? That's better than any round of applause." And this other one with a guy, and he said, "That was very clever. I don't know how you did that. That was amazing. That's better than any round of applause."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
You could have.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we'll wrap up things here, so the video doesn't cut on me. But do you want to show me that deck of card trick that you wanted to do, the virtual thing?
This is one that when you watch it back, you'll probably figure it out. But you will need 7 playing cards from 1 to 7. It don't matter what suit they are. What
7 playing cards?
7 playing cards. But,
okay, all right. So I'm all set. I got my 7 cards here.
All I'm going to do, you're going to perform it. This one you're performing their hand. So I want you can shuffle them, mix them up. Obviously, I can't see what they're doing there. So you've got 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, right. When you've shuffled them, I want you to look at your cards. Oh, I've got wrong numbers here. Hold on, let me find the number 4. I've got 2 number 2s. 1 minute. Okay, I want you to look at your cards, and I want you to find number 2, the 2 card. Okay.
Okay.
One with 2 on it. I'm going to show you what I want you to do the first time. Then put it on the top so it's face up.
All right.
Okay, I'm going performance. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Leave it on the top. Turn it face down. Turn it face down. All right. We're going to perform, and all I'm going to do is show you 2. So we're going to spell the card that's on the top. So we're going to spell 2 by putting 1 to the bottom. So TWO.
Okay.
The first time is just to show you what to do. So there's no way I could know what card's on the top or the bottom is there.
Right.
In my case, I've got 5 on the top and 6 on the bottom. Okay? Doesn't matter. I don't need to see. So, right, now you know what to do. We're going to do it through. So put 3 on the top. So we've done 2. We're going to do number 3. So you want the 3 on the top. And now we're going to go for real. Turn it face down. Okay, yeah. So we're going to spell 3. THREE.
Okay.
I don't want you to show me, but I just want you to take your top card and your bottom card and put them to one side. Don't matter. You don't have to look at them. Top and bottom. Okay. That's your
Okay.
top. So we've done 2. We've done 3. The pile that's still in your hand. Do you want to do? We'll do. Do you want to do 4 or 5?
4.
So spell 4. F. No. Don't look at them. Spell from
Okay.
the top to bottom. F. O. U. R. Get rid of the card. Get rid of the bottom card.
Okay.
Okay, she's got 3 cards left. Okay, you have 3 cards left. So right, we've done 2, 3, 4, and 5, or 5. I'm now going to give you a choice. Remember, every word, every number is spelled different amount of letters. Do you want any number between 1 and 7? What number would you like?
3.
3. Okay, so we're going to spell 3. We're going to do this 3 times. T, H, R, E, E. Okay, we're going to do it again. T, H, R, E, E. So final time, 3. One more time. T, H, R, E, E. Okay.
Okay.
Always get rid of the top and bottom card again. Put them to one side. I'm trying to keep my card in focus, so it's okay. So you're left with 1 card. It could have been any card, couldn't it? We've mixed them up, we've shuffled them, we've randomly picked them. You chose what number the last number to use. Could have been any number you wanted. I couldn't predict that. What card are you left with? You can show me.
3 of hearts.
The 3.
Uh-huh.
And I'm left with the 3.
Very cool. No, that's awesome. I like that one a lot.
You could do that trick over the internet. You could do it as a spectator, where you give them the cards and you just tell them what to do. And I remember I sent you a present last night.
Say that again.
You know the book I sent you last night? I think it's in there.
Yes.
I think that's
in there. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at it then.
I think it is. If it's not, it'll be in a different one I've got, but I'll send it you. But yeah, so tricks like that are good, because if you were the spectator and I told you what to do, if you were the spectator, what I would have done at the end, I would have just put my 3 to one side and said that's a prediction. What you left with 3. I predicted 3, and you found it. I would make it look like they're the hero, if you like.
Nice. Okay, so basically I have here an old debit card, and what I'm gonna do here is kind of I'm gonna see how your mind works, if it can pick up on things in the psychic realm, so to speak. This is or if you're gonna get this wrong, right? I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out, but we'll see. So basically, on a debit card, there's different brackets of numbers, right? They're segmented by, I believe, 4 separate groups, like as seen here. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and think of a number quickly in your mind. You got one?
Between what? 1 and 10?
Just a single-digit number.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these segments, these brackets on my card like this. But before I do, I want you to guess if you think your number is in that segment. So do you think your number is in the first segment on this card?
Of course, I'm supposed to be able to see it. I can't see it.
Just guess. Do you think it is, yes or no?
No.
You don't. All right. Okay. Go. Were you right or wrong?
Is that 8551? Right.
You were right? Okay,
yeah.
So, all right. And then the second one, before I show you the second one, do you think it's on there, yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, were you right or wrong?
So it's still. Right, I was wrong.
You were wrong?
Right.
Do you think it is on the third segment?
Yes, I'll go yes this time.
You do. Okay, were you right or wrong about that? Were you right or wrong there?
Right.
Okay. And do you think it's on the last one?
I'll go no again.
Okay. Were you right or wrong?
Can you have to get closer? I can't see. I still can't see. Can you get close to the camera?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the card away. So that was just this test to see your psychic ability. Now, you have that number in your mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to do is add that to a suit. Make a card out of it. So
Okay.
think of a suit. Hearts, spades, clubs, or diamonds.
Okay.
Okay, now think of that in your head. Now, look at me in the camera if you can. Was the suit you went for a red card or a black card?
Red.
It was yeah. You don't tell me, but you went for a black card or I mean, you said red, but I can tell because you were trying to do that poker face. It was a red, and you didn't go for the heart, did you?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, you didn't go for the heart, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, the 7 of hearts.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah, I was impressed, but I don't know. I have no idea how you. I've got theories, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're a magician, so yeah.
You did very well. Whatever you did with the number, you did very well. You hid it very well. I would have to think about that. At this moment, I couldn't think how you got the number. But just a spam call.
That's the closing. That's the music for the closing of the show. So
Yeah.
um. So
Very good segment. Yeah.
right. So if you want to go ahead and give yourself a shout out, where can people?
Before you go, one more thing.
Yeah.
And you can buy this. This is you said about approaching people. This is what I would approach people with. That
Okay.
You may have seen this before. That bar there is solid. The spectator can examine all this. Okay, that bar is solid. Okay, they can put the finger on it and it's solid. This bar here, I normally use a little. Let me turn that thing off. Just turn the background off so you can see it better. 1 minute. Let me turn that background off. Okay. Okay. So that bar there is solid. You see that?
Uh-huh.
This bar here is solid. The spectator can examine them. All we're going to do, we're going to shove it from the back, okay, through the little hole. Can you see? It comes through. I'm trying to get as close as you can. Okay, can you see? So solid through solid, so that's now sticking through. Can you see that? Yeah, I can see it now. Look.
Yeah.
So solid through solid is impossible, isn't it? Don't blink.
Okay.
Ready? Solid. Try and get as close as I can. Solid.
Nice.
Through solid.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the trick, but I like that. So cool. That's a nice thing to open with. All right, so you want to go ahead and give yourself a shout out? Where people can find you, follow you on Facebook, social media.
Oh, I don't know if they've been noticed. If you've not been looking, you can see pretty new website as well because I just put it together. So that's my website, www.roy-stone-magic.com. Can you see that up there?
Yeah, it's kind of the lettering is backwards because of the mirror image.
Oh, do you know? And I'll show you the card. Do you know what? I made it backwards because when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that's backwards. Is it still backwards on that then? It's probably still backwards on the card.
I can't see because of the.
I'm going to turn it off. Yeah. Anyway, so it's www.roystonemagic.com. That's my website. Obviously, you can get me. Is that backwards or is that the right way?
No, that's the right way.
Okay.
Roy Stone. Okay. The usual man does the usual things.
Yeah, Roy Stone. You can Google Roy Stone Magic, and I'm fourth down. If you Google me, I'm fourth down. I'm also on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page and a Facebook group as well, The Magic of Roy Stone.
Okay. All right, great. Well, thanks for doing the interview.
You can see me performing on them. So, yeah, brilliant. Thanks for chatting with me. We will chat again because we do chat quite a lot anyway. And I think you're a very good magician. I know you suffer from nerves a little bit, once you go the nerve thing and just think, like I told you last night, the spectator doesn't know what road you're taking them down.
Right.
So they won't know if you're taking them the wrong way.
Yeah. All right.
You're not
Good
never
advice.
taking them
I
the way.
appreciate
So,
that.
yeah. So if I go wrong, I think, well, they're not knowing where they're going anyway. So always carry, my bit of advice to you, always carry an invisible deck. You can never,
Okay.
card trick you can never fail. All right,
Definitely.
mate. You take care of yourself. Give
right.
my love to D. Martin, because
What?
you look like a very young Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, you told me that before. That's why.
So give my
All
love
right.
to D. Martin. All right, mate.
Peace out, brother.
You take care.
All right. Bye.